Beep boop beep 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 beep. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click.
What?
Okay,
Oh
did
my
we all click on
God.
that one?
Yeah.
I
That
did.
was intense.
I got it.
I did not.
Come on, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds.
No, I need to.
You didn't-
Okay.
Sorry.
Are we stopping?
Yes.
Mike.
Well, I had to
Stopping.
click things, and then she just went right into it.
Okay.
Okay, we
We're
ready?
ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1. Click.
Does it count if you don't start at 6?
Oh my God. This is when you choose to
I'm
chime
off
in.
by 3 seconds.
This is when you choose to chime in. Not when I'm telling you about my ass hanging out of the Joker theme park ride. But does it count if we didn't start at 6?
Somebody said the new
Yes.
Joker movie is really good.
It is so good.
Have you seen it?
Oh, is
I did.
it?
I have to see it. Yeah.
Sam and I did a double feature last weekend. I had not had a chance to see It Chapter 2 yet, so we went and saw It Chapter 2 on Saturday. And I had promised Noah that we were going to see the Joker together because I was like, it's fine. It's just the Joker. It'll be good, and you can see it. But they had like this big disclaimer when we went and bought our tickets for It of we are strongly enforcing the rated R criteria. You will be ID'd. And
Dang.
the Joker is not a children's movie. It's not a typical superhero movie. And I was like, damn, we better check this out before we take Noah. And sure enough, I told Noah, I was like, I'll watch it with you at home so I can pause it and explain some of the shit that's happening.
Mhm.
Oh.
So it is the best commercial for Medicaid or Medicare for all. That's what I'm going to say. Outstanding film. Stacy, what did you think about It Chapter 2?
I liked it. I didn't really have any issues with it. It had some good creepy parts where I jumped and Dave laughed.
Oh, that's
We
sad that you're
also
getting
had-
divorced now.
Yeah. We also had a lot of kids in there though. Like, so Dave and I got in there early. Yeah, and we're sitting in the seats, we're watching people come in, and like 4 little kids at like 6, 7, 8 years old come running in, and I'm like, are they serious?
Oh,
Sure
we didn't
enough.
have that young. Ours are like maybe 12 or so that were in there with
These
us.
were young as heck. And of course, like every time something scary happened, all you hear is, ah! Well,
That would have been me.
Oh man.
I haven't seen it yet because I just chickened out.
Oh,
It's good. I didn't find it like overly scary, but I found it very humorous, very suspenseful, but scare factor, I was like, okay.
but the second part of the adult's life is never scary to me. So yeah, it was interesting. I was so interested to see how they did Chapter 2 because it's so different from the oh my God, the what's his name?
The Tim
Curry.
Yeah.
I was wanting to call him Gene Wilder, and I was like, no,
No.
Veronica.
It's a very different Stephen King movie.
So I was really interested to see kind of how they did a take on, the grown-ups. And I thought it was so well done. But it's not a horror story. You know what I mean? It's not a horror movie. It's a hero movie in Chapter 2. And so you have to kind of like be going in for a totally different thing because if you're going for a horror movie, it's really not that.
And Bill Hader is so great as Richie, and
I loved what they did with Richie. Oh, so good.
Both in the first and second parts, his character just shines.
Oh yeah,
and the adults did a really good job of emulating the personalities that the kids had created for the characters in the first one too. So
nice.
Yeah, 100% agree. Oh man, so I live in the South, where things are beautifully, disgustingly religious sometimes, and so there is in the book and in the Chapter 2, there is this hate crime that happens at the very beginning of the movie. And there are these two guys kissing. There's this row of people behind Sam and I. And when these two men kiss, they're like, ugh, gross. And I was like, excuse me? I was so mad. And then, so this hate crime happens against these people. And then, like, you know, the people that commit this hate crime, you kind of see them as like, oh my gosh, they're the embodiment of all that is evil. And I was like, bam, how you feel right now? How do you feel? Fucking Pennywise, the bullshit hating clown. Oh, I was so mad, but I felt so good. And as we left the theater, I told Sam, I was like talking kind of loud. I was like, I really hope that the people that gasped at the gay kissing scene feel really shitty, because I mean, like, obviously they're the type of hate that keep the clown Pennywise alive and fed and blah. I was so mad. And he was like, yeah. So I don't know.
Sam's like, you're looking way too into it.
I was just real mad. Anyways, welcome back to St. Paxton. It is great to be with you. My name is Veronica, and I am the game master of these here parts.
I'm Stacy, and I play Bellamy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mike, and I play Todd B.
Oh, so good to have you back.
And I'm Steph, and I play Clara.
And my name is Fred, and I play Edward.
Whew. So, Mike, what happened in the last episode?
Last time on Cthulhu.
Whoa!
Whoa.
That's weird.
Last time on Welcome to St. Paxton. We got on a ship. There were whales. I saw lots of porpoises.
You're fired. Actually, I can't fire you because I can't do your job. So
Indispensable.
Okay, so legit, what had happened was some shit goes down. There's a creepy monster that Fred's character Edward sees. They rescue the, what's her name, Daisy?
Yeah.
The shop.
They rescue the shopkeeper that Fred and I refuse to name at any point.
Daisy.
Until
The ice cream lady.
Stephanie. Yeah, you know, the ice cream shopkeep.
Yeah.
Until Steph was like, oh yes, Daisy. And I was like, oh, is that her name? Cool.
I knew it all along.
Yeah.
I was just
So-
testing you guys.
So yeah, y'all saved her, and then she locked up and got it kind of taking care of her own business. You got this warning from a dude in the street that said, like, I told your asses not to be building no shit, and blah blah blah, and all that stuff. And then Leo died. So
What?
that was, oh yeah,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert.
I'm
Leo-
Let's just say he pooped himself to death.
Yeah,
Oh, that's one way to go.
yeah, it's a real shit sandwich. It's not good.
It's like Elvis.
Oh, too soon, Mike.
Too
Too soon.
Yeah, he's not dead yet.
Yeah, calm down. Go have a banana sandwich. So that's what happened. Anything
Well-
else pertinent?
Well, that was episode 2.
Oh, that was episode 2. Yeah, what happened in episode 3?
Well, and then Leo's body got up and talked to us.
Oh,
and-
Oh,
right.
So
yeah.
he's not dead. He's back already.
Well, except it was like the whole death becomes her thing, where he's got the hole in him still, and he's just
From the
up and
poop.
walking.
Oh, and he's just
Yeah.
flipping
And
burgers.
he was like, "Go to the library," and so we're like, "Okay, I guess we'll go to the library."
Sounds like a trap. You guys went to the
Well-
fucking library?
Funny you should say trap.
Oh,
So
shit.
we
that's
went to the
right.
library. The door was locked because it was closed, and we're like, "Hell, Bellamy can just pick that lock." But we didn't.
Finally,
check it for,
instead of breaking in.
yeah, but we didn't check it for traps, and
Oh,
we-
here's what happened, Mike. Now I remember very clearly because I couldn't remember where I took this fucking story because I was just like, I don't remember what happened. But here's what happened is that I made a joke to these people about, oh, but you didn't check for traps after they opened the door, right? And so then Steph is like, I cautiously broke my, they all like, I'd get my 10-foot pole out first. And I'm like, oh,
She
so
tried to
we've
lean
started
in.
metagaming.
It's fair.
Okay, cool. And so then we played a lovely scene of D&D where all these dumb farts who are still cosplaying, by the way, still cosplaying.
Oh, epic.
They try and take on a dungeon, and then they realize that they were safe in their heads all along.
We basically
go
hallucinated as our D&D
Mhm.
characters.
Yeah.
Did they go and like pull all of the wall sconces and then
No,
like,
they
one
didn't.
questioned
No.
that there were fucking torches lit in a library?
Nope.
No. Mhm.
No. No one made any good decisions, including the DM.
So
I'm
that
sorry I
happened.
wasn't here for it.
So honestly, it's another classic episode 3 of this podcast where it's like, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We do
Okay.
a curse.
We do a curse. We make a plan. So guys, here we are back in the lawn of the beautiful
No.
library.
We went
Unless
in.
No.
You've gone in.
We
and
went
Yeah, because we
in.
spoke to Ezra.
Oh,
Ezra
that's
comes
right.
out. We get info
Edward-
on the blood witches and
The blood
necklaces.
witches, the
Mhm.
necklaces.
We go. Edward stays. He asks for spells to bring back the dead or speak with them. Blood witches have one single living relative on St. Paxton, Jonathan Crandall.
Oh, that's right.
That's where we left.
And I stole that book too.
Yeah.
The
But
spell
the
book?
library fees.
That's only if
Yeah,
they know,
but-
Mike.
Mike, I don't have a
It's
library
fucking
card,
Ezra.
bro.
You-
How are they gonna? How are they gonna track it's me?
You didn't stamp the back card and leave it there on the desk.
Like, I don't know. Am I the only one that's like, why would you want to piss off Ezra? Like, of all the
Well,
people.
No,
to
me and
not
Ezra
piss
Me
are
and
off.
tight.
people know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Don't be starting shit with me. I'll put you in a fucking dungeon, and it won't make sense.
Ezra's like
and then you'll
my
spend 20
spirit
minutes
elder.
taking off armor.
Oh,
yeah.
my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
You should tell Mike about his character. His
Oh.
D&D character.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, Mike, you normally don't have a D&D character because you are the DM in the D&D sesh.
Yeah.
And so Fred made an astute point that he said, oh, well, of course Mike would play a female character that was really intricate and crazy. Like, like I have this like crazy backstory and like all these things that I do. And I'm like, oh, actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense for that character. So we've made you a monk with a lot of tattoos all over your bod. Also, you've taken a vow of silence. So,
And the name was Toddla.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. You were
Toddla.
a buff tattooed monk that took a vow of silence.
Toddla.
Toddla.
Dude,
The
I just have all
strong,
these like
silent
henna
type.
tattoos in my fanny pack.
I feel like your tattoos is how you communicate with people, and you just point at different tattoos that express what you're feeling.
Is he like the guy Moana?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Maui. That's
Maui. Yeah.
You're welcome.
No.
Didn't.
Oh, that's good.
I love that
Um,
movie.
Well, what can I say?
Oh
Stacy's gonna divorce me if we don't stop. And I can't lose my internet wife. So
Now I imagine Toddla as like a female rock, and I'm just like,
no.
oh,
Oh
okay.
yes.
I didn't realize I could get this turned on this quickly. Oh my god. I need to
This
stick
is
your
what you
internet
get
wife.
for watching whales.
Just watching some whales breathe.
Oh, fuck. All right. So what are you guys doing now? I don't even know anymore. I was trying to lead into something, but it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so we're all in the library, and let me know what you do. Easy. I don't even need to DM this.
Oh boy.
So Ezra had just told us. Was it Ezra who told us about the last living relative of the Blood Witches?
I
don't know what
believe
happened.
so, yes.
I couldn't rewatch it because the stream was cut off at that point.
Are you
Oh
serious?
wow.
Okay,
Don't
can
poke
I
the
just
bear.
say something really quickly?
I'm sorry.
No.
It starts with an F and it ends with a U. That's what I'm saying.
That's a weird word.
Get annual appraisals from
Oh,
It's always been in my heart, and everyone's done a good job, but I don't
He's
know.
like, that's going into your review.
That's going on your permanent,
permanent
record.
record.
oh no.
So why would it matter? Is it gonna change?
Well, I think that's where we left off. Is all. I just don't know if Ezra's with us or still with Edward.
Ezra never stays around.
Okay, so she could be anywhere.
I thought
Unless we
that
talk about her and then
we
she
were
just
all
arrives.
together.
Okay.
That's Nighthawk, actually. That's
Ugh.
not Ezra.
But have you ever seen both of them in the same room?
Oh,
Yes.
actually, yeah.
I try, guys. I do.
Sure have.
Okay, so Ezra, all this information about blood witches is great and all, but do you have anything about time travel? Like how-tos? How to travel back in time, maybe?
You see Ezra turn around very slowly. Time travel. That's a very difficult subject. I mean, are you trying to stop time, start time, move time, be time,
Oh,
ask time, tell time, make time, do time?
goodness, there's a lot of options. Travel back in time?
No, that's not possible.
Turn time backwards?
Unlikely.
So, we were here once and time went at a different pace. If you can't travel in time, how does that work?
The only time keeper. Let me back up. Only the timekeeper could change time.
The timekeeper, is that a person?
Maybe.
Do you have any books on the timekeeper?
That's more likely, yes.
Okay. Could you show me where that is?
She hobbles out of the aisle and she takes you down several corridors until you get to this section that looks pretty nicely kept. So she keeps taking you to these sections which look like, this is a restricted area, don't go in here, this is bad knowledge. But this seems fine. Totally normal. And she pulls out a book and places it before you and says, be very careful now. You don't want to go reading too deeply. It can disturb the mind.
Huh. Okay. Thank you. I'll take a look at this.
Okay. You are left with the book, which is large and leather bound. So when I say large, I mean it's probably 24 inches wide and maybe 36 inches long. So it's quite a big book, and it's about 4 inches thick. The book is sewn together with different pieces of animal skin. And in the center is this big, like, lump.
In the center of the
Cover.
Of flesh?
I wouldn't call it a lump of flesh, but it's more like a hump. Like there's something underneath that leather.
Is it squishy?
Do you push it?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's a little squishy.
Does it look like the edges of it might peel up to reveal something underneath?
No, it doesn't look like there are any edges. It definitely looks like something is kind of like underneath. So kind of like if you had a water bubble underneath paint or something. There's not going to be a defined, I guess, start and stop to the bump.
Okay. I'll carry the book over. I'm assuming there's chairs somewhere in the library to kind of sit down and read.
Yeah.
So I'll carry it over and have a seat and open up the cover and see if there's anything on the inside of it, on the other side of the lump.
The book doesn't open willingly. There's quite a bit of resistance. Now, there doesn't seem to be any lock or mechanism that's holding it shut, but it's definitely not going to let you just lift up the cover.
Is it possible to open it like to the inside of the book versus trying to open to the front of it?
What do you mean? Say again.
Is it possible to open up to, say, halfway through the book versus
You can
opening up
try
just
anything.
Okay, I'll try to kind of put my fingers together and peel open the pages in the middle.
Todd, you walk around the corner and you see Clara just sort of trying to rip this phone book type thing apart, and it's not happening for her. She seems to be exuding all of her strength and force into trying to pull these two covers apart, but nothing is happening.
I walk over and just set my hand on the middle of the book.
What do you mean the middle? The middle of the cover?
Where she's trying to pull it apart.
Okay. Todd puts his hand obtrusively in your way.
Are you gonna help or something? Or
And then I gently try to take the book away.
Bellamy and Edward, you hear a small struggle between Todd and Clara as Clara starts making this weird, like, noise as though she doesn't want to give the book away.
I've been watching the whole time, and if I had popcorn, I'd be chewing it. I will let this play out.
I eat Bellamy's popcorn.
Ezra takes a seat beside you, and she asks, like, not with words, but with just hand gestures, to be handed the popcorn as well. Where the popcorn came from, we don't know, but we're all going to eat it together.
From Todd's pockets.
Oh my God. He's a Boy Scout. Of course.
Yes.
Of course. He has
Does
popcorn.
make sense.
Okay, so this struggle ensues as Todd tries to very, I guess, gently take the book away, and Clara is struggling for dear life to keep that book in her grasp. Clara, you feel like this is your personal possession, a family heirloom, something that can't be trusted into the hands of anyone else.
I'm gonna try to pull the book towards me and just kind of like wrap my arms around it and turn away from Todd.
I let go of the book And then I, with hand gesture, open my hands and then extend my hand towards her to take the book.
No. Nope. I'll take it. I'll read it.
I
I'm gonna
continue
figure
doing
this
the
out.
opening gesture.
Nope.
Clara,
I'm good.
he
Nope,
could
I'm
help.
fine. It's not gonna open that way. I don't know how it opens, but I'll figure it out. I have to figure this out.
If you don't know how it opens, then what if Todd does?
Does Todd know how to open my book?
Ooh, that's not your book.
Well, I'm going to take a nap. Good night, everyone.
I thought it was morning.
I'm an old woman. I take a morning nap when I want one.
Okay.
I said good day, sir. I'm just kidding.
How dare you? I am a man.
Okay, I'm going to turn kind of away from Todd with the book and kind of put my hand on the cover and then with my hand still on the cover try to open it. Like maybe I have to do something magically with the cover.
I
Press the
reach
lump.
into my pocket and I grab a knife and I pull the blade out and I hand her, hilt first, the knife to assist with the book.
I'll take the knife and stab at the lump and see if I can.
What?
What is happening?
I don't even know.
Why would you stab the Tumor Time book?
Ooh, God.
Okay.
Clara, no.
I
No
feel like
stabbing
really
for science.
bad things are gonna happen.
You,
Out of curiosity, you guys.
you
I blame
stab
Todd.
at the lump.
Oh, God.
Somebody else should have led the episode. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
You all were so quiet. It's your own fault.
Todd tried to
It's
get
our
Took on our
fault.
silence.
This is on everyone but me.
As I step up.
You stab the lump, and this pus, a yellow, smelly pus, starts spewing from the highest point of the lump. It's the worst smell that you think could have maybe ever come out of a book before. And it starts like seeping onto your lap.
Oh, I dropped the book.
Ooh, interesting.
I would like to say
That
really
makes me
quickly,
nervous.
what's that smell?
gosh.
Todd.
Classic Todd.
God.
The lump continues to spew this stinky pus out. And you see this shape begin forming. It's certainly not a humanoid type shape, more of a reptilian type thing. And it oozes out of the book and gathers itself together, never really taking on a true shape. And then it turns around and seeps into the floor, disappearing into the cracks.
Did you all just see that?
I'm standing there, arm extended, just pointing at the book, with a look of horror on my face.
That can't be good.
What's the thing that came out of a book?
The good news is the smell is gone.
Well, that's great news.
I don't think you were supposed to stab that.
I didn't expect the thing to come out of it. I thought maybe there was like something hidden in the cover.
Well, there was. It was just a gross
Amorphous
pus.
pus serpent.
lizard?
It was
I will pick the book up like
perfect.
gently.
Yes,
barely
this is
touching.
a great idea.
No.
You pick the book up and you see this hole just kind of there. It looks like a piece of flesh that has recently had a pinprick in it and just sort of exploded. It's like a bad balloon situation. And something tells you, well, I shouldn't say tells you, something calls you to put your finger in that hole.
That something that is calling is Stacy in real life's curiosity. Basically. But
you can trust her. She's my good internet wife.
So I pick up the book and I see this flappy, gross piece of skin, and I am gonna kind of stick my finger in there and see if I can lift it up and look inside.
Perfect.
Fred's face.
As you do this, you feel something just on the edge, or I guess like on the tip of your index finger. So on the pad that you use to press down on things, you feel something bite you, something very, very tiny biting you.
Like a cute nibble or an ouch nibble?
Both.
I will put the book down and then try to pull my finger out and see if I can see what it is.
You pull your finger out and you see a single drop of blood on the fingertip.
I put it in my mouth without thinking about it.
Oh, cool.
I hope you can hear the disgust in my voice.
Oh, no. What are we doing?
How did that gross me out? I don't know. But, okay, yeah, so you put your blood in your mouth and nothing happens. The blood just continues to seep out.
Well, no, I'm going to keep it in my mouth. Like, you know how you do that thing where you hurt yourself and you just stick it in your mouth? Yeah, so it's just going to be in there. And I'm like, ow, something bit me. Oh, God.
Is there another lizard monster in there?
It just looks like a dark little fleshy hole.
Can I rip it open?
Can you rip
let me try.
Your finger? Yeah, you can bite really hard and your finger will rip open.
No. The book.
The book. I was just confused because we're making a lot of dumb decisions.
Yeah, no. I want to like...
We can try anything.
Can I roll into the hole?
You can and you
do. My home?
I want to see if there's another lizard in there. So I'm going to take the flaps, the deflated flaps, near the hole and try to rip them apart without sticking any more fingers inside of the hole.
Okay. As you get your fingers close to the hole, you feel that same sensation of put your hand back in here.
Which finger did you use, by the way?
Pointer. Right.
Not your left index finger?
Nope. You can try not to.
Yeah, I would like to try to work against that.
Okay, roll me something for that.
As a professional, I definitely already have my character sheet out, and I am not looking for it while I stall.
We have been doing this many a year, and for many a year, we've always had our character sheet out.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. Can I use fleeing?
Sure.
Cool. I'd like to assess the honesty of the book. Fleeing. I'm not going to put anything into it. I'm just going to flee. So I rolled a 1.
Okay.
That's a big book she's cracking open.
I know.
Yeah. If this means that I am compelled to do the thing,
Yes.
then it does.
Oh, I'm just looking up something different right now. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
100%.
So as I reach my hands towards this weird, flappy, deflated skin on the book, my intention is to pinch either side and pull it open. But as I get close, I start to get this idea of what if instead I tried to stretch it to put my whole fist in there and grab the baby lizard. And so that is what I do.
What could go wrong?
Just
What the
reminded of
fuck is
all the
happening?
times that I have a good idea that they're like, wow, that was a good idea, Todd. And I'm like, you sound surprised.
Meanwhile, Bellamy's like,
Where is Todd during all this?
watching in horror.
I know. Trying to be helpful.
He's still pointing at the book with his mouth agape.
You push your foot all the way in, and you feel that like sensation, that nibbling, biting sensation all over your hand. And then it starts to get more painful. And as you pull your hand out, you notice that it's covered in some type of grain. It looks like a white or a golden sand. And it pulls your hand right back in. The rest of you watch as Bellamy's hand is pulled into the book, and something's happening to her. It's as though the excess fat in her body is being sucked into this book, and she's becoming extremely gaunt.
I would like to immediately jump on the book and try to pull her arm out of it.
Okay. What would you like to roll for this?
This is a very good question.
I grab a machete and cut her wrist off.
Okay.
What the fuck? No,
Sounds like a
that's
bad
fine.
idea.
no, that's not fine.
Where'd you find a machete in the library?
It's like a zombie bite. You just gotta cut it off.
This isn't a terrible idea.
Hang on a second.
Yes, it is. Also, this is really reminding me of a Stephen King story I just reread.
Which one?
Because, like a smart person, I put all of the things in my level up on my character sheet.
I forget what it's called, but it was in Bizarre Dreams or
Scuffling.
something.
Oh.
It's
Or
sticky. The
athletics.
card, don't touch it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
I really like that one a lot.
Yeah, well, now it's like great.
I think athletics applies
Yes.
more, and so I would like to put a point into it.
Okay. You will need to roll you'll need to beat, I'm sorry. You'll need to beat a 4.
Ooh, I'd like to put 2 points into it then.
Okay.
Because Stacy's worth it.
But is
Aw.
Bellamy?
Hey, whoa.
Oh, shit. That is a 4.
Y'all, Todd is the hero that we need and deserve, and we just didn't know.
Do we deserve him? I don't know about that part.
The problem is that he needed to beat a 4, not meet a 4. So Todd wraps his body around you and starts pulling very hard. And he is able to free you from the book, except you have this like sand just rippling all over your body, just covering you. And you feel as though you've gone to the beach, but you won't be able to take a shower because all of this sand is starting to embed itself into you. But you're no longer giving your stored energy to the book. The rest of you watch as the book comes back together and there's a little lump inside the book.
Stab it.
I pop it.
I'm gonna jump on the
I-
stupid
Super
freaking
fine.
monster, and I'm gonna get my fat back. Damn it!
I kick the
Mine.
book like down the aisleway away from us.
Okay.
What just happened?
Bellamy, are you okay?
Are you okay?
I have no idea. There's
I immediately go ahead. Sorry.
no, that's fine. They could be cut off there. That's good.
I immediately go over and apply first aid and just kind of check her vitals and try to see where she is at.
Perfect. As you do this, you feel this grittiness on her shoulders and on her body. So as you are kind of giving her a once over, looking, checking her blood pressure, all of these things, you feel this grittiness on the palm of your hand as well. But you're able to like somehow brush it off. But when you go back, you keep feeling this grittiness all over her.
Do I feel like it's transferring to me when I actually am touching her? So like the grittiness is coming off of her skin onto the palm of my hand as I check her
Yes.
vitals.
Yes.
But I'm able to get it off, so it doesn't seem to be adhering to me like it is to Bellamy.
That's right.
Obviously, there hasn't been any situation where I've dealt with something like this before. So do I feel like it's magical in nature or
You definitely feel like
supernatural?
it's supernatural for sure.
I'm starting to scratch.
Clara, go get Ezra. She
Yeah,
might know how to help her.
I'll run off and start looking for Ezra. Ezra, wake up! Wake up! Your book tried to eat Bellamy! Ezra! And I'll start shaking her. Ezra!
What?
The book attacked us!
Did you feed it?
Well, it tried to eat Bellamy's hand, so yes?
It'll take care of itself. Don't disturb me again.
But Ezra, and I'll shake her again.
What?
She's hurt. How is that going to take care of itself?
Ezra beckons you down to her little chaise lounge where she's been napping very deeply for what seems like lifetimes.
I'll bend over.
And she slaps you across the face. I'm trying to rest.
Okay, we'll solve this problem ourselves. Enjoy your nap. And I'll go back to the others.
Clara, where's Ezra?
She's napping. She said the problem would handle itself. She didn't
She
seem
didn't say that, but that's fine.
That was my
That's her interpretation.
paraphrase.
We all make choices in these games.
Wait,
That was-
that's all she said?
She said it would take care of itself, and she didn't seem concerned, and she just wanted to go back to sleep. And I said, Bellamy's injured. How is this going to take care of itself? And she slapped me, so I don't think she's going to help us.
Bellamy begins laughing.
Well, at least that helped you feel a little better.
Bellamy, you start feeling great.
Yeah. You know what? I feel fine. I feel great. This is great, and I will get up off the floor and stop scratching. Where'd that book go?
That way, but maybe we should leave it over there.
I will go pick it up carefully. I am not stabbing it, sticking things into it, or anything else. I just want to see if it will open now.
It opens freely for you.
Oh. So I walk over, pick the book up, and open it slowly. Check this out. Bring it back to the table and put it down, open to the first page.
There are symbols that none of you read, lining the pages of this ancient tome.
Do they look like symbols we've seen before?
No.
Like, okay.
Todd, what do you make of this? Is this a language you're familiar with?
I do an overblown shrug.
Why isn't Todd talking?
I took a vow of silence.
No, just your D&D character, not Todd.
Oh, well, I thought we were still cosplaying.
No, you're good. I was just like,
Oh.
God damn.
Oh,
Wait,
is that
all
why
of
you're
this could have
making
been
all those
avoided.
This
motions?
is the best goof. I feel like this is the Todd thing now. This is definitely a
Yeah.
thing Todd
Totally
would
what
do.
to, so somebody needs to just like be like, God damn it, Todd! Now's not the time for games or something.
You're not Toddla anymore.
Or I'll just keep doing it. That's fine.
Okay. So you shrug, and I'll say, Todd, you're no longer taking the vow of silence. We're not our D&D characters. What do you make of the book?
Okay, so then I win because I stayed in character the longest.
Oh my god, Todd.
That's everyone accepting defeat.
Yes, you win.
Yes.
Well done. Well
One
done.
for me.
Okay. Yep. Good job. Can you look at the book, please?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I have no idea.
All of it. Wonderful.
I slapped
wonderful.
Todd.
Oh, perfect. Edward lays his beautiful hand across your face in a swift and demonically heavy fashion.
Ow. It hurts a lot less when the girls do it.
Todd,
No, it
focus.
doesn't.
You're our science guy.
Okay, all right.
Don't you want to put your best literacy person on this and not your science guy?
I was about to volunteer.
But Edward's
that?
like, fuck that. We don't have one.
Foreign library use. I was about to use.
I
could
would like
use
to
library
roll
use.
library use to find a book on symbols.
Ah, perfect. Yes, do it.
Hmm.
You'll only need to roll a 2 or higher.
3.
3 gets it. So you go to this little card catalog and you start flipping through all of these different language books, but none of them really seem to be what you need until you get to a section that's just comprised of all of these symbols. And right beside it, there is a note. Translator, Jonathan Crandall.
I grab the note and bring it back to the party.
Okay. You do this thing.
So, that name that we heard earlier, yeah, look at this.
Huh. Interesting.
Quite a coincidence that we've heard his name twice now.
Yeah. And that he translates things like this.
Well, wouldn't that make them
Well,
like Blood Witch symbols or something?
So maybe the blood witches are connected to weird time stuff?
Books that eat you, whatever.
Yeah.
so how do we find him then?
Why don't we go talk to Patty? Does she know everyone?
Yeah, she'd probably know.
We haven't seen her in a while. I guess it'd be good to check in, see how things are going on around here.
Okay, so we go talk to Patty and track down Jonathan Crandall.
Doop, doop, doop. You walk all the way up to the visitor center where Patty lies dead. Just kidding. She's fine. She'll never die. Everything's going to be good.
Well, why is she lying on the ground like she's dead then?
Because she's missing her legs.
Ah!
So you go into the visitor center and Patty welcomes you. Hello, everyone. It has been so long since we've seen each other.
It hasn't been that long.
Feels like a really long time to me.
Okay, well, last time that we did visit, it was a good time. So it does feel like it's been a while.
How can I help you? Are you here to see the brand new t-shirts that we got?
No, but I would love to see the brand new t-shirts.
Oh, perfect. We got them in a hot pink and a tropical yellow.
Those are both of my favorite colors.
Well, you're going to love this other shirt, which is a bright pink with a tropical yellow pineapple on it. It's button up.
What
I
are
start
these shirts
immediately
for?
Looking at shirts.
Oh, they're for the tourists.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to put them out in the spring. People are going to go nuts for them. Didn't you get my memo about the new shirts?
Nope. But I think it's a great idea.
Oh, good.
Anyway, we're here. We figure you know everybody.
I know everyone.
Perfect. So we're looking to find a Jonathan Crandall.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you can find him in the directory.
Oh, is the directory here?
Yeah, it's the visitor center. Of course, everything's here.
Oh, perfect. Do you know him personally?
Not really. He's an older guy.
Okay. So I'll go over to the directory and flip through to find Jonathan Crandall.
Okay, you see Jonathan Crandall and his address at 2112 Maple. Someone write that down.
Got it.
Okay, great. Because I don't care, but one of you assholes is going to say, "Where was it?" And I won't remember.
And then we're going to go to the house next door to it.
Yeah.
And they're going to be really confused.
Okay, so 2112 Maple.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else we need here, you guys, or should we?
Yeah, this shirt. Totes.
Ooh, I'm so sorry, Todd. I cannot allow that to leave the stock room.
What?
It's not going to be available until spring. That's a spring exclusive. A St. Paxton spring exclusive.
Okay, well, but you'll hold one for me?
Of course.
Okay, do we have any scarves like that?
I will get on that.
Oh, Patty, you're the best.
Thank you. You're the best.
So, what season is it then?
It's that weird almost spring where we have like kind of really nice days and then every now and then like It's a little bit cold. And by cold, I mean like 70.
Like almost fall.
Yeah, almost fall, almost full-on spring.
But not winter.
Oh no. Winter is more of a state of mind here.
Got it. Got it. So it's just kind of
What?
like warm all year long.
Not warm. Just right. If you're interested in feeling just right and chilled, you can actually go up to the ski lodge. The altitude there makes it quite chilly.
Wait, there's a ski lodge here?
There's a ski lodge here on the north side of the island. Haven't you been?
We've been a little busy.
Once we get my scarf in, we're going.
Well, I mean, you're gonna go to Maple, so
Oh, is that in the same area?
yes, it is. Now.
What do you mean now? Was it somewhere else before, Patty?
Yes, Maple is actually right up in the ski lodge area.
Oh, we could go check it out.
You should.
Be nice to see more of the island.
Is there snow on the north side?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, wouldn't be much of a ski lodge.
Oh, certainly not a water ski lodge.
Right?
I look at Patty and then I look at Todd. And I just shake my head.
The trolley doesn't go up there, does it?
Well, the trolley will take you to the lift, and the lift will take you up to the platform.
This island, guys, I love it here.
It's exactly what you want it to be.
And so much more.
Bye.
Thanks, Patty.
Oh, thank you. Good job on the t-shirts. And we'll head out towards 2112 Maple.
Okay, great. So you hop on the trolley, and it takes you to the north side of the island. Once you're there, there's like a ski lift, and you basically go up really, really far. It's quite cold, and you experience this like shift in temperature. And then you end on this little platform, like a train platform.
How's the view from this vantage point? Are we able to kind of see all of the island, or are we positioned in a way where parts of the island is kind of obscured by the actual mountainscape?
Most of the island is obscured by cloud coverage, and when you're looking kind of out into the north side, you see that the mountain area is just, I mean, really breathtaking and beautiful. But there's so much fog, and you're just so high up. You can't really see much.
And the temperature shift is significant or slight?
Significant.
Okay.
It's quite cold.
Is it like bustling with activity? Are there a lot of islanders here?
There are quite a few islanders, but there seem to be more tourists than islanders at this point because you're on the platform.
Is there any attendees that are nearby or people that work for the lodge?
As you start looking around, you see a man that's dressed in this really fine suit. He looks kind of like a storybook conductor.
What's a oh, you mean like a conductor from a storybook, not like a conductor of storybooks.
That's
I was
correct.
really confused.
That's correct. But I would like to explore more the
I
conductor
know,
of
right?
storybooks. Yes.
I approach him and I say, excuse me, do you work here?
Oh, yes, of course I work here.
Could you direct us to Maple Street?
Oh, yes, of course. And he walks you over to the edge of the platform and he sticks his head out, and you see that there are tracks laying out in front of you. This is a train platform. And you see a small, ornate engine coming your way, and then it rolls to a stop. Steam hissing. Hey, what's that?
I'm
This will
sorry.
take you straight to Maple.
Okay, the train will take us to Maple.
Yes. It'll take you right into the center of town.
This is awesome.
Didn't know there was a train.
And when you mean center of town, is that like the center of this area?
Yes.
How big is the train?
The train is a large engine, of course, and then there are about 5 cars with a caboose at the very back.
I'm sorry, what's a caboose?
It's the last car in a train. Mhm.
And is it like a passenger train?
It sure is.
I step onto the train.
Yes. So you step onto the train and you see that all of the train is completely ornate. So there are beautiful wood carvings that have been stained. There are gilded pieces, like framed pieces of art. It smells like cinnamon and also biscuits, and it's really nice in there. The seats are plush and comfortable, and despite the fact that there were so many people on the platform shuffling around, it seems like everyone's going to fit just fine. Several of the attendants come through with luggage, and they take it to a back car, and you see more of the tourists filter in. The train slowly begins to settle down. Do the rest of you hop on the train with Todd, or do you stay on the platform?
I board the train.
I follow Clara.
And I will follow Bellamy.
I save them a spot.
The marching order is Todd, Clara, Bellamy, Edward. You step onto the train, and you feel like you remember having been on a train once before. And as the train sort of goes, you don't feel the normal rock or push. It just feels like the train glides around. It doesn't take very long for you to get to Maple, just a few minutes, and the train stops just for you. Who's got the book?
Probably still me.
Mm-hmm.
Did we bring that with us?
Well, yeah, because we need to get it translated.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it tried to eat you, so I wasn't
I didn't
sure.
touch it. I'm not insane.
I'm not
It was
touching
fine
it.
after I picked it up and opened it.
Okay, you have the book then.
And I feel great, so.
She feels great.
Okay.
The rest of you, as you get off onto Maple Street, you are so cold. It is freezing up here. There is snow falling, but Bellamy seems fine. Even though she's still dressed in her single loincloth.
Oh,
no.
the crotch outfit.
I'm in a fucking gown with my ass out and a loincloth. Y'all, when are we gonna put clothes on?
To be fair, I tried. It just wasn't in season.
I slapped Todd.
Todd didn't say anything. I did.
I slapped Mike.
But Bellamy's fine. Despite not having enough clothes to keep her warm, she doesn't shiver. And in fact, even though she's walking around barefoot, she doesn't even seem to notice the cold at all.
Does she still have the textured, sandy kind of like skin?
Yes, she does.
Bellamy, aren't you cold?
No, it feels great up here. Man, I don't understand how we didn't know this was here.
Didn't we see these mountains when we were coming over? I just never imagined it would be like this. There's a freaking train. How'd they get the train up here?
Oh, probably had a train. Kind of wish I would have brought a sweater, though.
Maybe we should hit the ski lodge first and get some clothes. I bet you they sell clothes there.
Well, we're at Maple.
Well, Jonathan has waited this long. I'm sure he can wait another 30 minutes.
Is the train
What if he's not
still...
home? Have you ever considered that? What if he's at the ski lodge getting hot chocolate?
And peppermint?
Ooh.
Are you guys going to try and break in?
No.
We're not going to try. We're going to succeed.
No. Do we see 2112?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you also paint the scene? Is this like a neighborhood, or is it like a resorty type of like there's storefronts and stuff?
This is a neighborhood, and it's filled with sort of these old craftsman style homes. So really large front porch, a really big front porch with what looks like a room overhead. Everything seems kind of like this mix of a like kind of a Southern Californian home / Swedish lodge. It's a very strange mixture here, but it seems like, and some of the houses maybe look like little gingerbread houses. It's extremely cute. The street is lined with like a really nice stone path. There are really beautiful acorn lanterns lighting the entire pathway. But there is a large like street through the middle of this, almost as though you expect really large vehicles to be on these roads, but you don't see any vehicles there. What else?
And do the train tracks go down the street?
The train tracks are running perpendicular to the street that is Maple.
Okay.
Perpendicular as in crossing it, or parallel as in not crossing it?
What?
As in the street comes out from the train
Perpendicular.
platform.
Yeah.
It's crossed.
Yeah.
Perpendicular
Parallel
means-
is...
Yeah.
Well, no,
That's why I said-
perpendicular means sticking out from, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily mean it
It
crosses.
doesn't necessarily
Oh,
mean
okay. Well,
yeah. It's not parallel.
okay. I was sorry.
It's fine. No, I was just confused. I was like, did I fucking forget what perpendicular means?
Mike.
Mike.
The science officer, Jesus.
Okay. So anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Did
Knock,
that
knock,
help?
knock.
Oh yes. Hello. My name's Jonathan Kren.
Wow.
Is he talking through
Was
the
he on
door?
the porch?
As we knock on the door.
I was just joking. That wasn't him. So you walk up, knock, knock, knock.
Yes.
You hear the sound of something walking toward you, but it doesn't sound like the normal feet hitting the ground. It's almost like this clunk, clunk, clunk. But the door opens and you see a man in long dark blue robes answer the door. He has a very long beard, which he has braided into, I think, 3 large braids. He's also wearing a dark blue cap, like
A wizard?
a wizard's cap, but not a wizard's cap. It's not sticking up, it's more draped down to the side.
Oh my gosh. Does he do cosplay too? We should invite him to our thing.
Yes, hello?
Hi, are you Mr. Crandall?
I'm he.
Hi, my name's Clara. We found your name in this book, and
In a book. I've never been published, I'll tell you that.
oh, it said you had translated something. We thought perhaps you're an expert at translating other languages or symbols, or
Symbols, you say.
you do symbols?
The door starts to close.
Oh, please.
No, sir, look. And I will open the book.
Oh, yes, symbols. Symbols. Yes, yes. Let me see. And he extends his hands to take the book.
I give him the book.
I'm just like, all these people in these outfits come to his door.
Oh,
And like,
God.
that's not off-putting at all. It's like,
He's
when we start
dressed
rambling
like
about
a witch.
symbols. And he's like, whoa,
Carrying,
crazy
like,
town.
a animal flesh leather bound.
I know. Like how we found your name randomly.
Just walking around with a Necronomicon, like,
Oh, God.
hey.
He takes the book from you and very quickly pulls it to him and shuts the door with his elbow. And you hear click, 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 click.
Oh.
Now you go away!
I pound on the door.
Ooh, you try to pound on the door, but you can't seem to make your body make contact with anything else.
I try to touch Clara.
Sure, you try hard.
Like okay, wait. So when I take my finger and I purposely try to touch her shoulder with it, what happens? Because I am lifting my arm and poking my finger slowly towards her shoulder.
Yes, in your eyes, what you see happen is actually everyone else take off your headphones, please.
Oh shit.
Oh, boy.
Bellamy, what you see is when you go to touch something or someone, it's almost as though that thing just sort of like moves itself out of the way. Like you're repelled from actually touching these items. So it's like when 2 magnets of the same like polarity are kind of forced towards each other, that like weird rubbing sensation that occurs. That's what you feel, but it's almost like these things become this liquid and just move away from you. But they don't seem to have any adverse reaction. Their faces aren't giving you any impression that they don't want to be touched or that they're moving. So that's that. Okay, everyone, you can put your headphones back on. The rest of you see Bellamy as she just pokes Clara. And Clara is just, what? And accepts the poke for sure. But then Bellamy has this weird look on her face. Fucking weirdo.
Yes? Can I help you? What was that for?
No, we gotta get that book back.
You see eyes just peering out at you from the glass inlays in the door.
I'll reach out and knock on the door.
You see a tiny little hole appear as Jonathan slips this little piece of metal, and it's like a little peephole, but it's more like a peekaboo hole. You're all dressed very strangely.
One could say the same of you, sir.
I'm dressed like everyone else here.
Gee, I wish I knew someone in law enforcement that could, I don't know, take care of a theft I just witnessed. And I turn towards Edward.
Do you mean
What?
the knight standing before you?
Sir Edward?
Mr. Crandall, I understand it must be off-putting the clothing that we're wearing, but we came from a costume party. But I did want to inform you that I am the current law enforcement of St. Paxton, and I will have to ask you to open your door here and please return our belongings.
Would you like to roll a reassurance to let him know that, like, you really are law enforcement? You're really here to get some help.
Absolutely. I think my reassurance is still at 4, so I will add 2.
Okay.
Well, do I get
Sure.
to know
I
what?
will tell you what it is first. You need to roll a 3 or higher.
Yeah, I'll add 2. 4.
Perfect. You say these things, and it takes a few beats, but then Mr. Crandall unlocks the door. I love costume parties as much as the next person, but well, you can't go walking around like this all day.
It's been quite a long day, and I believe we allowed the day to get away from us, and we have some important matters at hand that we need your help with. In the library, we found a note that specifically stated you're able to translate the symbols that we found in this book, and we believe there are answers, information within this book that we need currently. Are you that man? Can you help us?
Well, of course I can help you.
And can
You
you
seem
quite...
like good children.
Well, we're adults, but could we get invited in? It's quite cold out here, and Bellamy's scantily clad.
Yes.
Or maybe Bellamy and I will go elsewhere and you guys will...
I grimace.
He opens the door wide for all of you to come into his home.
We enter.
You see that the home is very tastefully decorated. It doesn't seem weird or wizardry at all. But there are several bookshelves all around the house, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of electronics in the home. So there's not a TV. When you walk past the kitchen, you notice that there's not a refrigerator, there's not a microwave, and there's not like a lot of electricity in the house. There's just a few lamps here and there. Well,
Fire hazard!
What?
No.
I assume that you're all quite cold and want to be in normal clothing.
Do you have some to spare?
Of course. Very wealthy person.
I mean, I feel fine, but I would like to get out of this hospital gown.
So he just holds up a finger and zips into another room and zips right back out. And he has before you several long and very thick robes.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you.
I look at the robes that I'm already wearing. Are they better?
Wait, no, actually, you're just dressed as Todd with a peg leg.
Oh, well, all right.
I
thought
thought
I
he had
threw a
DM
robe
robes.
on. Yeah,
Huh?
I had
Yeah,
a
he
robe on.
Had DM robes.
How did he get a DM's robe?
That's what I wore.
That's what he's been wearing the whole time.
That's why I thought you did the whole monk thing. I was like, oh, that's
No,
a good-
incorrect. Guys,
Oh.
let's go back. Let's rewind a sec.
Why does
What
he have a
had-
peg leg?
had.
Oh my,
I took
my
it off.
God. Y'all went to go see Bellamy in the hospital, and Todd
Yeah.
thought it would be a hilarious prank to go and turn a fucking fake leg
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
your wood shop, and then he wore that up to go see Bellamy, and then the rest of you put on your damn costumes because you're like, well, I guess it makes sense now.
But he also had DM robes because you were
Yeah.
like, I don't have DM robes.
I had
That
robes
was the
too.
thing that happened.
And
You
then I
had
took the peg
robes.
leg off
Yeah.
after we did the goof.
God, could you imagine if you've been just like limping around with this peg leg this entire, just like fully bought into this goof, like.
In my mind's eye, that's what's been happening. All right, so I guess you're in robes. Okay, well, these robes look better. These
Okay.
robes look better.
I
for
will
sure.
trade up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take off your adventurer's robes and you put on a +1 robe of styling.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll put on a robe because I'm freezing.
Okay.
Same.
Okay, great. It takes you a really long time to get out of all of your dress things.
Accoutrements.
Yeah, accoutrement. And he brings out tea for you. That's really it. He seems like a nice guy. Wants to serve you tea.
Mr. Crandall, I know it might be a little uncoming, but we've heard that you might have ties or relations with blood witches.
He spits his tea out.
Can I get a
wipe
new
my
robe
face.
now?
Blood witches. Yes.
Oh, yes?
Yes. And he zips up out of his seat and he runs around the house pulling down the curtains. And then his voice gets quieter. How did you know?
We keep hearing about the blood witches.
What did you hear about the blood witches?
That they lived underground and...
Well, they had tunnels to avoid being persecuted by the townsfolk. There was like kind of some bad stuff going on. Some bad blood, you might say.
How do you feel about the blood witches?
Indifferent.
I mean, Clara
Confused?
wears their symbol.
Supportive. What about you? And he looks at Edward.
Honestly, there's just a lot of things going on, and we're just trying to get some information, Mr. Crandall, and we don't mean to impose or try to judge any relatives that you might have had. And we have this book here. Are you able to translate it for us?
He flips through the book's pages and looks up at you and nods. It'll take me some time, but yes, I believe I can help you. Could you leave the book with me for a few days?
I look to the rest of the group to see if anybody has any objections in their eyes.
No one does. Just kidding.
Wait.
I'm
Bellamy.
objectionless.
I
I'm
mean,
just
I
kidding.
suppose that's fine, but
Should,
be careful with
I
it.
I beckon the party for a sidebar.
We take a knee.
He gives you space as you all take a knee in his living room.
Okay, so like, I'm totally fine with this cool guy having the book, but like, shouldn't we warn him that it spit out some sort of like serpent monster thing and tried to eat Bellamy?
Yeah,
It's not like something you just want to like leave on a coffee table.
yeah, I agree. I don't.
I
I'd
mean,
feel bad if anything happened to him.
maybe he's like cool with all that and doesn't mind, but I'd feel
Maybe
really
he
bad if he
doesn't
got
stab
eaten.
books.
I mean, I didn't get eaten. I'm fine.
You,
I feel really good,
Bells.
guys.
Elsie kind of got eaten, and your arms look all weird now.
And your skin's
Actually,
like
can we visually see that?
sandpaper.
It looks like she's just got like a really fine exfoliant all over her body.
Okay, so there's a visual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your skin looks kind of weird, and you're acting kind of weird.
But I feel fine, and the skin feels fine, and everything's great. So,
Okay, but the book's still dangerous, so I do think we should warn him.
Bellamy, you notice that while you're in close proximity to the book, in the same room, as it were, you're able to touch and feel things.
uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not leaving the book. So, sir, I have to stay with the book at all times.
Wait, what?
Wait,
That's fine. If
why?
you want to stay in
Well,
my guest room, that would be fine with
Excellent. Yes,
me. Beautiful woman.
I mean, Ezra
Oh,
entrusted the book to us, and somebody should stay with it at all times
That
to be
seems
sure that it
fair.
is
Yes.
safe. And maybe I can learn some, Mr. Crandall,
I
some
would
of the
teach you
symbol.
my ways.
Yes, with my
I
cryptology and things. So
Cryptology.
Like-
Oh, you're a cryptologist as well.
I dabble.
I dabble in things as well.
Okay, don't get too excited. But
Yes, of course. Well, you can stay in my guest bedroom for several days.
see,
Bellamy, can we
Can we take a
sidebar? And yeah,
I shift to the other knee.
so time, when we split up, it doesn't really go well. Do you think this is the best course of action? Should we
Yeah.
all just stay here for a
I
couple of
mean,
days?
I'm
you
getting-
sure, yeah. But I definitely should stay with the book.
Why?
I mean, one of us
Okay,
should,
well,
and I'm volunteering
let
because
me-
I've already been bit by it. So
Let me like, we should stay at like the ski lodge.
Oh.
okay,
Not
but I'll stay
here.
here.
I
I'm
don't
fine with
feel
that.
good about you
With the
staying
book.
here by yourself with Mr. Crandall.
Oh, he's fine.
You
It's
realize
fine.
that the last time that we left you
Why-
alone, you were kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but
why-
I'm not kidnapped if I choose to stay here of my own accord.
Stockholm syndrome.
Well, that's.
Oh.
I'm gonna stay with the book.
Why are you so determined?
Because she has Stockholm Syndrome with the book. Duh.
I just.
Nighthawk, when did you get here?
I was just thinking about you.
Were you on the train with us?
I didn't hear sneakers.
It feels weird to be away from the book, so I need to stay with the book.
Define weird.
I mean, things get really, really weird when I'm away from the book.
Okay.
I can't touch things.
What do you mean you can't
What-
touch things?
I can't touch. If I'm not around the book, I can't touch things. When he took the book away and he slammed the door in our face and locked all 83 of his locks along the door, I couldn't touch things. Every time I tried, there was like a force that would repel me away from it. So, like when I was trying to poke Clara, I couldn't poke her. She moved out of the way.
I didn't know.
Well,
Did poker.
Yeah. he-
didn't though. I watched.
Bellamy,
You've
I
poked
wanna.
me.
I know that
Anyways, as I was saying, yes, you can all stay here, please. Please. My home is your home. My robes are your robes. My tea is your tea. Everyone's welcome with me.
Everything we need.
Everything we need. So you'll stay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we'll stay together.
I mean, I guess this is our best lead right now, and yeah.
Yeah, I think we should stick together.
So Jonathan takes the book and goes into his office, and he just starts translating right then and there, just taking out a piece of paper, and he'll read a line, and then he'll write. Read a line, and then he'll write. And he just seems to be very happy and content doing that.
Can I offer to sit with him and write down what he translates for him?
Sure.
Sweet. I shrug at the gang and I follow him into his study and do this.
Okay. So you're interested in cryptology then?
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to learn new things.
Excellent. Well, how about you give this old hand a break and you write and I'll speak?
Sounds like an excellent idea to me.
He hands you a quill and an inkwell.
This may take some time to get used to, but I'm a quick learner. It'll be fine.
So, Edward.
Yes.
We're in the other room.
Yeah, I know
Why
that.
Okay.
did
All
you
right.
tell me that?
No, I was just making sure before I started talking. Sorry. Edward, I don't want to be like that guy. I don't want to be like Clara. But Bellamy
What?
really hit her head hard. And she just woke up. And I mean, we did see some crazy stuff happen. But is it related to the crazy stuff? Or is it related to the potential head injury? Can you tell? I mean, when you checked her out, everything was fine, right?
I mean, all of her vitals were okay. I did notice a weird interaction with the sand on her skin, but everything else seemed to check out.
Todd, are you saying you don't believe her? You think she's imagining it?
No, I'm just saying, what if? What if she's got something? What if she hit her head and it's still affecting? I'm just saying. I mean, although that we just had the crazy stuff happen, we saw her poke you, and she felt like that's not what happened.
I just think we have to believe each other.
Well, I'm with you. I'm
So
just saying.
like maybe something happened when that book attacked her, and it did something to her, so she's perceiving things differently.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't want to lose my friend to a book or something else that's happening. That's all.
Yeah, Ezra did warn me about her delving too deeply into that book. It kind of concerns me that she's
delving into it right now.
Yeah, and this attached to not leaving it.
Well, she got about arm's depth into it.
Oh God, Todd. I feel like we're messing with things we don't understand right now, and I mean, you know me, I'm curious type. I'm the first who wants to know what's in that book, but
okay, V. Who's wearing the necklaces again?
I don't fucking know.
Us
You-
three.
Me?
You three. And I.
Okay.
So in the
Bellamy's
episode
wearing one
you.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
And the
it's you
episode you
three
missed-
and then Scarface.
But in the episode you missed, I got a necklace. In a weird scuffle with whatever attacked Daisy. And so that necklace I've put in my pocket.
Okay. All right. I was just seeing if Bellamy had one.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, look, I don't think there's anybody that we could reach out to that can help explain this stuff to us, but what if we try interacting with the book ourselves? You know, if we go through similar symptoms, and we'll be able to know that the book is what's affecting her. And if we don't, then maybe it's something from before, like you said, the injury or when she was in the asylum.
Well, I just maybe let's give her an hour and then be like, hey, Bells, it's bedtime, girl. You've had a long day.
Well, okay, how about this? Why don't you guys distract them from the book? You know, maybe like, oh, we're hungry, let's get some food, and then I could try to grab the book. I don't know.
And do what though? Like
I mean,
I don't know if that thing's gonna attack again or.
look, if this thing has a hold on Bellamy, we need to figure that out, because for all we know, the more time she spends with it, the worse she's gonna get.
Yeah.
Oofda. I would love to call it there, but I'm not going to.
Oof.
That's a real
Oofa, oofa.
haunting line.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. And that's what we're going to call it.
Dang.
And that's what we're going to call it.
Well,
Oh.
What are we doing?
I don't
What
know.
are we doing? What are
Okay,
you
hold
doing?
on. What happened with this? Okay, like all of you, right? First, Todd, you with the no
Yeah.
speaking in the knife, and then Claire with the stabby.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So where we want to go with this, and
fair.
then let's just put our finger in fleshy bound tube holes.
Oh my God. Guys,
now let's
we got to go and do our
Take a knee.
take
Yeah,
a knee
don't do it
because
here.
there's some shit I need to tell y'all.
Whoa,
God.
Oh no.
that can't be good.
Uh,
Oh Lord.
Okay, goodbye, stream.
Bye.
We gotta go. It has been great. We are a cast. Goodbye.
Bye, stream.
bye.
Should we